Hello, my name is Brian, and I want to talk about a subject that has been on everyone's mind at some point or another, I'm sure, and that is junk email, scam emails, fraudulent actors, people that pretend to be someone else and then try to exploit you by either putting malware on your computer or your phone. Um, get access to your social media accounts, extort you for money, what have you. There's a lot of different things that people can do with your information. So a big part of the battle here is just trying to educate people on how to spot these things. They're actually very easy to spot if you pay attention. A lot of times, especially on people's phones, they just kind of like, oh, look at that, an email, and they don't bother, to look at the properties of the email, and they end up having problems. Um, so I'm going to look at this on Microsoft Outlook. Web-based email services will have kind of similar behaviors. I don't have a recording of an iPhone, maybe, or an Android. Maybe I can do that later. There's ways you can spot them there too. But let's look at my inbox here. This is actually my junk mail folder. I think most providers do a pretty good job at filtering this stuff. Microsoft, the algorithm that runs in the background here with Outlook does a pretty good job. It's actually the email server, but anyway, same thing with Google, and I'm sure all of them are pretty much on par to some degree or another. Anyway, let's look at this email. Outlook does me a favor and strips out any automatic content that would download. For the most part, as long as you don't click on these links, you should be okay. Those exploits that used to be around, if you open the email and I'm sure there's an exploit out there somewhere that does the same thing, but those are mostly handled pretty quickly because security companies get on those right away. Anyway, here they claim to be CVS. They're quite clearly not. I'm going to look at their Outlook properties, of course. So display name, CVS. CVS is a pharmacy here in the United States. Then you look at the email address, just some random characters at Offricare.com. Offricare is not CVS. A legitimate business, for example, who they are pretending to be, will have a domain name of that company, and that's the Offricare is not CVS. Okay, and it's a commercial website, the .com, but Offricare is not a CVS domain. They would have some email address, a do not reply at CVS or whatever company.com. Anyway, clearly not them. So what do we do with this information? So we are going to do a whois lookup. There's a couple things that we're going to get from this. So we're going to look at, I don't know, a whois. Okay, whois.com, and there's ICANN. Stay away from the .coms. Yeah, they're usually selling something. .com is commerce. Org, ICANN. By the way, ICANN is a international organization. You could probably look up more information on ICANN if you choose to, but I'd go to ICANN. So with ICANN, we want to look up Offricare. We're going to put in the .com. Make sure I'm typing that in correctly. Ha! So, that scammer has pulled down their website. or someone has pulled down their website. Good. Let's try another one. Oh, there we go. There, we've got something here. Okay, so it's going to give you limited information. What this is telling us is this is the DNS domain name server services, or anyway, registrar. This What a registrar does is, let's say that you want to create a website. You go and pay a registrar, hey, I want this domain name, and they'll be able to, either sell it to you or not. In the case that it's in use already, GoDaddy's I think one of the biggest ones. There's probably a dozen others. One thing I want to point out here, this is one that I've seen quite a bit, Namecheap Inc. They're out of Reykjavik. I think I'm saying that right. That's in Iceland. Withheld for privacy in the email. So basically, there's nothing here, the registrant. So I don't know this company. I know that I see them associated a lot with fraudulent email. Also fraudulent websites used in other formats. I've seen people pretending to be businesses, and you can look them up online, and their business will show up, and yeah, they're completely fraudulent. Anyway, Namecheap Inc. I don't know what this company is about. My guess is they're one of these companies that are semi-activists. They fancy themselves champions of internet freedom. When you're exploiting people through some sort of fraud, yeah, I honestly don't think that should be protected. There's, of course, arguments against that. Anyhow, you can try to contact Namecheap by reporting the abuse at that email, or telephoning them if you're in Iceland. I don't know what the response is going to be. So there's some more information that we can get here. So let's do this. We're going to ping marketinews.net, and we're getting an IP address. So let's take that IP address. Oop. Nope. Let's just type it in. This is probably annoying the crap out of you people that are like, oh, just edit this out. Yeah, no, I've got a day job. Sorry, man. Look at that. Okay, what I just looked up here is the machine that is replying to that ping. So this is the next machine in this line of communication. So either this machine is hosting them directly, or is running some sort of tunnel service to another machine that's actually running this website. So there's some information here. You can try to reach out to these people and ask them to politely take down that website and report whoever that is to the authorities. Maybe you'll get lucky, maybe not. You could try to report that to the authorities, report this business, and if the authorities act on it, then that business will probably do something. My guess is you're not going to stay in business long if you're hosting illegitimate business, or hosting some sort of service for fraud. Every country's got different laws, so maybe they don't care in France. I don't know. Okay, so this is spotting an email that's been caught by a junk mail filter. Let's look at another email I was searching for earlier. This is the same kind of deal here. In this case, the content did not download, and I'll tell you why. Don't click on any of those. You don't want to do that. You could potentially redirect yourself to some malware and get your machine rooted, or some really bad stuff have happened to you. Okay, so see the t.co. If I hover, don't click, do not click. T.co, T.co, T.co. Oh no, that's some other digit. Extra.com. Yeah, we could probably look them up later. It's not important. Anyway, same kind of deal. I've seen this one before. Whoever is operating this is bold. He's either hiding behind a good wall of protection, or he's just a fool, or both. I've got some other words for that. So let's look up keystens.com. I bet you it's the same company in Reykjavik. Name cheap. Yep. Alright, so withheld for privacy, redacted. That means they're not giving up their client information. Okay. Totally legitimate, because if you're a legitimate business, you would totally care that people want to look you up. You don't want them to look you up. Let's see. And by the way, I've got no packages installed here that give me any special tools other than what Microsoft already has built in. You can actually troll these people pretty easily from a Linux machine, but anyway, we're not doing that here. GhostNet. Allocated PE, country code DE, that's Germany. Okay. We're given an address, an email. NOC, I think, is Network Operations Center. Yeah, you could totally contact them or report them to the authorities. Same deal. Again, I want to stress that yeah, they've got a sketchy name. They may not be the people that are running the scam. You could say they're guilty by association. Yeah, that's a stretch. I can't say that that's actually law in Germany. Nonetheless, if they're aware that their client is doing illegitimate stuff, they're kind of a-holes for not putting a stop to that. Who cares if they're getting a paycheck, right? Yeah, you're better off just contacting the authorities. I think German authorities will at least take it under advisement. They may not act, but at least you get enough complaints, they might do something, or they might say, yeah, we know, we can't do anything about it. Who knows? Anyway, like I said, there's an address. They may be completely innocent. Their machine might be exploited. So don't go thinking, oh, I'm going to show up at these people's business and cause them trouble. Don't do that. You will find yourself in police custody very quickly if you do that, or something worse. You can reach out to him. You reach out to him and call him every name under the sun you can think of, and you don't threaten them. I think it's funny. You gotta be careful of hate speech that actually exists in Germany. Yeah, but good luck. You could reach out and politely ask them to do something about that. They may do something. They may tell you to take a hike. Who knows? Anyway, I hope I've demonstrated at least some information here. How to at least spot an illegitimate email and what you could possibly do. Report them to kind of curtail some of this stuff. But to be honest, you take them down, they just put up another site. These people that are taking the money to host and do provide the registrar service, they don't care. I'm guessing. I don't know that for a fact, but I strongly suspect they know what's going on. They don't care. Try reaching out to the authorities. If I can look up an address, then you can probably find the relevant authority for that jurisdiction, and they can probably at least make note of it and do something with it. Maybe. A lot of wishful thinking there. Anyway, hope that helps. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever. Take care.